In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get access to the complete GarageBand project file for my song Perfect. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and welcome to Studio Live today. Now, recently here on the channel, I created, recorded and released my new EP called Maybe. If you missed that whole series, there's a video linked up there and down in the description. And during that series, a few folks said that they would like access to the actual GarageBand project so they can dig around, see how I created the track and perhaps even remix or remaster. So that's what we'll be doing here. I've actually made this available as a free download on my website. So I'm going to show you how to download this project file called Perfect, bring it into your GarageBand on your iPhone or iPad and play around with it to your heart's content. So let's dive in and show you how to get it done. Now, this EP actually has 5 different songs, and over the coming weeks and months, I'll be giving everyone complete access to all project files, final mixes, and final masters. But if you want early access, my patrons over at patreon.com/PeteJohns have already got access to all 5 projects, as well as the final mixes and masters. So if you want to support the channel and get early access to these, as well as some other perks, head on over to patreon.com/PeteJohns and check out what's on offer. Let's now show you how to get this project downloaded and imported into GarageBand on your iPhone or iPad. So what you'll need to do is go to this website. It's studiolivetoday.com/maybe. And you can see here, you can either click the top one here to listen to the EP, or if we click or tap on this second one, it'll take us into Dropbox where I have these files available. Now, if you just tap that link, it'll open the Dropbox app if you have that installed, and then you can download from within there. But in case you don't have the app, and just so there's one generic way to do this, what I'm going to do is tap and hold on this and bring up this menu here, and then we're going to tap open. This is going to make sure that it actually opens right here in Safari. And here you go, it's as simple as that. We have the files here that are available. So this zip file is the project file. We then have the WAV file, which is the final mix if you just want to take a listen to that. And we have the final master file. So you can download one or all of these. To download, all we need to do is go to the file we want, tap on these 3 dots called an ellipsis, and then tap the download option. And if you're in Safari in iOS 13 or above, you're going to get this download option. This makes it super simple. So we're just going to tap download, and that's downloading. You can see in the top right corner there, the little download icon. We'll give this a couple of minutes. It is about a 300 megabyte file, so it may take a little bit of time to download depending on the speed of your internet connection. We'll wait for this to download, and then I'll show you the next step. There you go. You can see now that the progress bar is done. It is downloaded. We can tap on that one and there it is. It's in our downloads folder and it's called Perfect Final. So we can now jump in and actually take a look at that project. In fact, if we tap right here on that zip file, it will open up files and we can actually go ahead and unzip this and then take a look at the project. So you can see it has downloaded in our default location here under favorites called downloads. And there it is. All we need to do to open this, to unzip it, is to tap on that zip file. It's going to unzip that .band project, and there it is. Now it's sitting here in your downloads. You can move this and copy it and put it somewhere else, but if you just want to open it, if you can't wait to take a look, just tap on that one. It'll open GarageBand and boom, you've got access to the complete project file right here in GarageBand on your iPhone or your iPad. Let's just hit play to make sure everything's working well. And there we go. We have all the tracks in there. Everything's playing nicely. Let's give you a quick tour of the project just so you're familiar with what track is where and what you may want to do with this in your own GarageBand. The first tracks we have are our drum tracks. Now these are drums by Jade Star. Thank you, Jade. These drums are awesome. There's 7 different drum tracks, all split based on the type of drum. So you've got your kick, snare, hi-hats, toms, ride, and your crash cymbals there. So you can mix these to your heart's content, remove things, add things, do what you want, have some fun with the drums. Next we have the bass guitar track. So if we solo that, it sounds like this. And again, you can mix that, you can play with it, you can replace it. I don't mind, it is yours to play with to your heart's content now. And oh, by the way, there's no additional plugins. This is all stock GarageBand stuff. So it doesn't matter, you don't need to have any expensive add-ons or plugins. Anyone with the latest version of GarageBand is going to be able to jump in and explore this project. We then have a couple of virtual tracks here. We've got an electric piano and we've got a rock organ. So those are doing this sort of business here in the middle. And again, you can use those, you can play around with them, you can change and add to them. We then get into the guitar section. We've got our direct recorded guitar, which was plugged in directly, and then we've got our mic'd up guitars. So there's a few different guitars there. They sort of create that nice wall of guitar sound. You can take a listen to those and see which one does what. Maybe you want to include or not include one of those if you want to play around with the mix. And we've got our lead guitar there as well. So all of our guitars together give us this kind of sound. And don't forget, if you don't like the processing on these, you can come into plugins and EQ. You can change up the compression, the reverb, the EQ. You can add crazy and wacky effects. I don't mind. Make me sound like a chipmunk. Whatever you want to do, it is yours to play with. And it's a good way to actually learn. I love doing this with other people's tracks because you can learn some tips and tricks about how other people get things done in GarageBand. Finally, we have all the vocals. So we've got my lead vocal here. We've got a couple of backing vocals panned left and right and one up the center there. And then Jay, when she was doing the drums, also added some cool backing vocals here as well. So let's take a listen to what all of these sound like right here at the end of the track, a little a cappella taste of this tune. To be wonderful. So again, you can have some fun there. Turn it into a choir performance or do whatever you want with this as well. Now down at the very bottom here, I've got my FX track. So I've showed this trick before, but the reason I use the FX track is to change the volume. So you can see the volume is down a little bit here. You can turn that back up to 0. This is just down to make sure that the overall sound is not too loud. So feel free to play around with that one as well. And once you've made all your changes and done what you want to do, of course, you can save out and save your own customized version. And if you would like to share any remixes, any cool things you do with this project, drop a link down in the comments to this video because I'm sure the rest of the Studio Live Today community would have some fun seeing what you're able to create. And don't forget, you've also got access to the final mix version and mastered version here. So if you want to try your hands at some mastering and just remaster my final stereo file, download this one, the Perfect V6.1, and then you can use GarageBand or Final Touch or any other mastering app to play around with it and see if you can get a more pumping master than I could for this song. Once again, if you want to learn more about the recording, mixing, and mastering of this EP, there's videos there and down in the description. And don't forget, head over to patreon.com/PeteJohns if you want early access to all of the project files as well as some other cool perks. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next time.